Oh, baby, I think with a small D. I wanna be with you night and day. It's another one. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me horny. Uh,
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset.
Tech bug.
Are we all set?
I believe so.
All right,
I
here we
am.
go.
I'm
Nope,
ready.
that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. Back to that. Here we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron Cowan, and welcome to The Living Joke. Um, I want to do some quick housekeeping before I bring in the guys. I want to mention everyone, if you've not headed on over to our Substack, thelivingjoke.substack.com, you should. It's the best place to find all of our links, streaming, all this type of thing. I also want to let everybody know I have not put it on Substack yet. Substack yet. I will after the show. We are now on TikTok, TLJ_joke, just like our Instagram. Today's clips will be going right over to TikTok, which is very exciting. So if you are on TikTok, please make sure to follow us there. I'm very excited to see what happens when we start putting content on TikTok. I think it's going to be our next big growth opportunity. I want to thank everyone who's been following us on Substack. We actually have about a dozen or so subscribers that are not me, the guys, or admin at Soupcast. So that's exciting. We're getting a little audience, a little group going. It's fun. We have fun here. I also want to mention we are on Instagram, TLJ_joke, so you should head over and check out that. And before I bring in the guys, I'm going to quickly run a trailer for Fantastic Worlds. It is a new fantasy and sci-fi anthology collection that is coming out on October 8th. If you're watching this on the Cameron Journal YouTube and whatnot, there's going to be actually a live podcast event with some of the authors from this collection on October 2nd, which seems far away, but it's actually next week. And I've done no prep for it, so we gotta pull that together. But here's the trailer for Fantastic Worlds. If you love genuinely original fantasy and sci-fi stories, please go grab this collection at souplc.com. There's a link in the video. Here it is.
Oh yeah, I should narrate this next time.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for bearing with us.
Hello, everyone.
I know the housekeeping segment is always a joy forever. It's Tugboat.
Hello.
the blind kitty who,
He's our manager.
yes, yes, very effective manager. I always laugh about Tugboat. So for people that don't know, we actually all live in the same house. It seems like we're in different places. We're just in different rooms of this house. And when I first moved in last October, Tugboat did not come downstairs for 3 months, like at all under any circumstances. And he still keeps himself fairly scarce. We rarely see him downstairs. I don't. He doesn't like. At least me. He may love Connor because Connor's upstairs all the time. But the Tugbug is not a fan of moi, so that's
You
okay.
booped him that one night with your slipper.
I did. That
And
was
then
not. Yeah, that did not help my reputation with the cat for sure.
But now he knows that Cameron's there, and he'll come and he'll sit in the living room in front of Cameron and just stare at him. But he's blind. But he knows where Cameron is. He'll just sit there and stare at him. He won't go near him.
Yeah, he did use my leg with his claws as a ramp to get off the couch one time. And I'm literally sitting there being like, this hurts so bad, but I know you just want off the couch, so you go ahead, buddy. I'll go put some hydrogen peroxide on that later. Like, it was, yeah.
And he screams at you, too, the whole time. I'm trying to help you. And he's,
yes, yeah, like, I can help you, friend. Like, you know, I'm a friend to the cat kind, like, you know, sort of thing. So, but I want to break right into our icebreaker with a bit of gaming news. My camera's at the wrong angle. Our dear friend who we may have on the show one day, Hideo Kojima, unveiled his new projects at his live stream, his 10th anniversary live stream, Beyond the Strand in Tokyo on IGN. The announcements included OD, a horror game developed with Xbox, and Jordan Peele, a tactical espionage title called Fizzint, exclusive to the PlayStation Studios. And also updates were shared on Death Stranding, including a new film titled Mosquito, directed by Hiroshi Miyamoto, and a live-action adaptation of that game that's coming out with A24. So, Mr. Kojima is very busy, which is why he has not returned our many, many outreaches for an interview.
Arigato, Kojima-san.
Yeah, so, the Fizzint cover looks great. I don't know if it's a game worth playing. I'd have to do more research, but any excitement? You two are actual gamers. Any excitement about these announcements?
I'm very excited for a new Hideo Kojima project. Death Stranding really wasn't my thing. I'm kind of out of, like, the movie games kind of vibe, and I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. You're running around as Marcus, whatever his name is, Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
And just delivering packages. I mean, I don't know. But if he's going back to, this is supposed to be a horror game, so I'm hoping it's going to be a nice follow-up as to what we could have seen from PT or that canceled Silent Hill project.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, I thought the Fizzint espionage game, that looked mildly interesting. I may have to investigate that for personal
I have to
reasons.
look at that. I have not seen that yet. What about you, Connor?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I'm looking at the trailer for OD Knock right now.
And,
What's your first impressions?
yeah.
First impressions? I mean, the game looks good, but I don't know how much they're going to show in the trailer here.
Is there any spookiness?
10 years since the redacted horror, the cursed redacted have once again redacted into the forbidden.
Boop, boop,
Skip ahead.
boop.
This building was redacted from a 3D scan found in a redacted.
Oh yeah, I'm watching.
Actual-
There's a video on Twitter where I got this announcement from. I'm looking at it. You are right about the redact. That's clever.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
this
quite
looks
clever.
kind of cool. Character lighting a match. The game looks really beautiful. But we've talked on this channel a lot about how much realisticness matters in games to any of us here.
Yeah.
You can
that's
polish
not
a turd
huge point.
until you see a reflection in it, but it's still a turd.
Yeah, it's well, perhaps not necessarily at this moment because this is supposed to be an ice-breaking segment, but perhaps next week we can watch a couple of the trailers and commentate properly.
Yeah.
So I will leave this open and I will pull those for next week then.
It's exciting.
So yeah. So I thought I saw that last night, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's a good way to get the conversation started. So I thought I would just grab that, but we'll go do that. We're gonna blend right into segment one though, because we have a big update on the Raja Jackson fighting story. If you recall, probably I think 2-3 weeks ago. Um, we had reported about Roger Jackson, this very famous fighter, whose father is also famous, got into a fight with this guy and absolutely knocked him the fuck out, caused terrible injuries, broken bones. That man is in a million pieces. He's going to have to be reassembled by Toyota here in a minute. And as it turns out, now there have been criminal charges. Will, you have all the details on this. Why don't you go ahead?
So, yeah, Raja, they finally found him. They finally arrested him for, I believe, aggravated battery, I believe. Let me
Yes,
look
that
up.
was one of the charges. We watched a legal mindset video about it.
Yes. Yep. So I mean, the whole thing is messed up. I learned a little bit about this. This is a whole like Scooby Doo villain plot, like that only a WWF fan would come up with. This is the WWF Scooby Doo villain plot. So apparently, this was, I want to say, unfortunately, a psyop. You're all going to shake your heads and be like, "What is this? What are you fucking talking about?" So remember that big ripped buff dude that was always in the speedo and the cowboy get up thing? He was like his friend who was
Oh, yeah.
Raja's invite. Okay, so the thing with Phil was completely unplanned. Phil thought that Raja was an actor, part of the set, so he was going to go over and do a stunt because he thought he was another wrestler. Whatever. There's a lot of new faces around, I guess. So made a mistake. They made up, whatnot, right? So then, of course, they're like, "Oh, we'll let you get back in the ring, and we'll set it up so they know. Go in, throw punches until somebody pulls you off of him, or whatever," is what he told them. So yeah, that happens. So, well, it turns out that apparently this was motivated by that wrestler dude because he had beef with Psycho Stu and couldn't do anything about it. So he basically like manipulated Raja Jackson into going to fuck this dude up. And it's so insane. So he's also a very guilty party on this now.
Well, jinkies, that just changes the whole case, Shaggy.
Zoinks, man. Yeah, so it's absolutely a Scooby Doo villain plot. It was really you, BoJack Horse Cowboy, man.
I
Pro
would have gotten
wrestler.
away with it.
And I would have gotten if it wasn't for a Tozy.
Right. I'll get you, internet streamers.
Yeah, those awful internet streamers found me out again. And so I mean, in Raja's defense, yeah, they did tell him to do it, but in clips that had come out, he is also like people on his stream were like calling him like a little baby, little bitch boy, and because I don't know, I guess he maybe is a little bitch boy. The stream got in his head, and then his father called him just busted his child, be like, "I saw you get attacked by a man in booty shorts. What was that about?" and, and so Raja, and that is the recording. You can go look it up. And so apparently, yeah, that got in Raja's head, and then like after he like messed Stu up, like even as a professional, if you knew you were going in this as a gig, like you shouldn't have been punching that hard. And even if you wanted to get in one really good one after that slam, just as like a fuck you type of thing,
Yeah.
if you really wanted to be petty about it, like as a professional fighter, you should know your fucking limits. But he did that just purely out of like being a fucking baby, because then he's on stream like, "I'm not a bitch. I'm going to stand up and defend myself. I'm not a bitch," and he's like all proud of it and shit. So I mean, honestly, dude, he kind of deserves this. It's kind of his own fucking fault.
He is already bailed out, though, we found out.
He did get bailed out. I mean, I wish you the best, but you gotta fucking, you shouldn't have been at that doing anything because you had a concussion, and who the fuck knows if that beer can did anything to you. But I also think it's a weak excuse. I've had 9 concussions, and I've never viciously beat someone within an inch of their life. So I think you need a little, like, maybe a little talk therapy, or maybe lay off the roids or whatever. Maybe resolve some issues with your father. seems like you have some.
Yeah.
In the words of our friend Master Nicorus, I think Raja lacks discipline.
Raka discipline.
Well, and
The
not
wrestling
not
community
only
said, "Come back in 10 years."
well, and not only not only that, but I think there's a certain the IQ level of all of this is in the double digits. Like, I mean, it's just so uncivilized. Dumb people with too much strength slash power slash ability to do dumb things and do them quickly. So it's like tequila and handguns. The old saying goes. Computers are the first thing to enable mankind to do stupid things faster than handguns and tequila. This seems like a very similar, a self-similar type situation. And especially, I didn't know about that. Someone else kind of manipulated you into doing this. How weaker-minded are you? Like, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, this is just, yeah. Again, all of it, so low IQ. It's sad.
It
Connor,
is.
any final thoughts before we go on?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Raja Jackson and the whole update on the fight. That was always fun. The next segment is really interesting. I have to open this link here. We decided to kind of change things up and talk a little bit about the X Games. They have a new club team league competition series that involves, I think it says here, it involves dirt bikes and monster trucks. But let me change the screen and we'll read the story and learn about this together. Hang on. Here we go. And I have to bring you guys back on because I had the news hour, and so.
Oh yes.
I put you guys
Watch the news hour.
Yes, I put the boxes for you guys away during the news hour because it looks weird. But here we go.
We watch the news hour.
Thank you.
You should too.
Yes, people should. And Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of the X Games, the long-running action sports competition has announced, Cameron, put your glasses on, announced the debut of X Games League, a team-based league with 2 seasons each year, Summer X Club, skateboarding and BMX, and Winter X Club, snowboarding and skiing. Where's the interesting bit? Here we go. Wait a minute.
They're also, this is announcing they're doing a fantasy league too now.
Yeah, I was looking for the bit about what they're actually announcing here because I was reading ahead and I wasn't seeing anything interesting. So let me go down.
Look, Drew, if you want me to top off, we were going to talk about the monster truck dirt bike, correct?
Yeah, please take it away.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're announcing that. So monster trucks and the motocross type things have been in the X Games for I don't know how long now. But now they're trying to incorporate these things together where they will use, like, they'll have a monster truck driver alongside of a motocross driver doing potentially tricks together. Who knows? My exciting sports screen hopes that people are going to be doing backflips on bikes over the monster trucks while they're doing shit and do like a combined point system focused on both and judging it on that.
Excellent. That's much better than
sick.
anything I saw in that article. Good job, Cody. Now we're up to date.
Yeah, that's better than anything I had too. Damn.
Bravo. Yes, bravo.
Yeah, that sounds sick though. I'm excited about that. That'll be nuts.
Yeah, a cousin of mine dated a guy who did the BMX bike stuff. That stuff is, I'm amazed. You are going to fly in the air and land on 2 rubbery wheels and a bicycle. Could not be me at all. I've always been very impressed by that sort of thing. So yes, no, that's an excellent addition. It kind of makes sense that they would combine those things together. I also imagine there's probably a cost savings because you only have to make the arena once per stop with the dirt and everything. So I imagine there's probably some production cost savings there as well.
Good move. Good moves.
Yes.
These now this Monster Jam, this is what I had here, and I wanted to highlight. I believe that it is Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you're in Bridgeport, Connecticut, we love Connecticut. I do, at least. No, we love Connecticut. We live in New Britain. We live in the Greater Hartford area. fucking, if you like monster trucks, they're coming to Bridgeport October 24th and 25th, Monster Jam. These are the trucks that are going to be featured. Does anybody have any favorite monster trucks of the past? Favorite drivers?
I do have one, but I have to think about it for a moment.
Yeah, there was a one and we had in the Denver area that was very well known. And I remember it was a blue Ford a couple years after the one my uncle has, but I don't remember his name. But he was a bit of a local celebrity in the Denver area, and they would do different shows at the for those who are OG Denverites, the old McNichols Arena. Let me pull that back from 30 years ago. Um, and then sometimes they would do stuff at the national the stock show, National Western Stock Show complex, because it's already full of dirt, so you're not ruining anything. It's all that's in there is dirt and horse manure, so it's fine. You can't do anything worse to that building. So yes, but he was kind of a little local celebrity, and if there was a local news event, he'd bring the truck out and it'd sit there, and he'd stand next to it and answer questions from the kids and all that type of thing. It was very cute, very lovely, very local Denver of the '90s. If you're an OG Denver person, so.
Hmm. I had my favorite. So like Connor and I grew up in the same area, and if you are from the Northeast and you're into racing or stock car racing, drag racing, you've probably heard of Lebanon Valley Speedway. It's in Columbia County, New York, in a town called New Lebanon, West Lebanon, but they don't acknowledge us anymore. Anyway, we got absorbed into the collective. But anyway, I used to go and see all these guys at the local speedway, and literally, I mean, I didn't even have to go. You could see it from my house. Like we lived up like top on the valley, and you had a great view. You could actually watch it with, if you had binoculars, you could really just basically have a front row seat, and not get mobbed or assaulted by drunk people or killed by a flying tire or something. Um, but my favorite trucks, definitely, I got to say, my favorite was always watching Tom Mentz in Maximum Destruction. Um, and if not, a close second is definitely El Toro Loco with
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Nyman.
Isn't that
Peter
on this
Nyman's on El
page?
Toro.
Didn't I just see
Yes,
that?
he's
Yeah.
down. Yeah, under Brutus there, I
Yeah,
think.
El Toro Loco.
He's down further.
Yes. Where is that?
Oh, well,
missed
if it'll show it on here, my childhood favorite was the Gravedigger.
Oh, Gravedigger.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Right there, El Toro. Yeah, there
We
yes.
got
Oh, yeah.
Gravedigger, El Toro Loco,
Yes.
Brutus.
There
I
it
always
is.
like Brutus.
Yeah, I will say, not that I'm familiar with any of these because I'm not from here. But the Scooby Doo one looks kind of cute.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fun. Yeah. Um.
That looks
So
awesome.
yeah, yeah. That one.
Sparkle Smash. Look at Sparkle Smash.
That's
Yes.
pretty sick.
Yeah. It's and the Velociraptor guy. That reminds me of a lot of the ones from the '90s we used to have. In the Denver area, that very reminiscent. So
Also, like it's at the top, first row underneath Alien Invasion is Bailey Circuit. I
yeah,
think
that
that's
looks
cute.
fun.
That
Yeah,
looks fun.
with the little dog eyes and the mouth and the tongue coming out from like what would have been the front bumper and the bottom of it and everything. Yeah, and the high wheel arches to show all the suspension and everything. So yeah,
It's like if Dumb and Dumber could have made the truck a monster truck, the dog truck.
yeah. The Classroom Crusher is also fun. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but they do uh diesel poles. And so what they do is these guys take these diesel powered vehicles, they stuff them so full of superchargers and turbos and all this sort of thing, and then they go pull something very heavy and smoke goes everywhere. It's very bad for climate change. And they pull something very heavy, and when they're successful, it's really cool. It's also fun to watch the engines explode when they overdo it. But there's one
I
guy
did witness
who,
that once.
yeah. There's a couple of those you can find on YouTube where they've taken school buses and they've really gone crazy with that. And it's like, oh, Classroom Crush looks kind of like a school bus at a diesel pull. That's fun. So
in Massachusetts, over Westover Airport in Massachusetts, they had an air show, a military air show. We went to one time, but before the main show, they had the supercharged like semi trucks doing the diesel pulls and stuff.
mm-hmm.
And one of them actually, it was like happened right as soon as we got there. Was one like exploded, and they had to like take the guy away by ambulance and shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's quite a lot. Yeah, it's very once you get a lot of those hot gases flowing through superchargers and turbos and all this type of thing. One hose, one coupling goes, and you have hot gases hitting cold oxygen and fuel. And oftentimes, especially with diesel has a lot of incomplete combustion, so you end up with a lot of fuel in the gases going out and also oil, which causes that black smoke. Um, and so that can make for a very explosive combination, especially in those types of trucks. They've taken off all the environmental stuff, so it's straight pipe from the cylinders to the tailpipe. So one
That
wrong
reminds
thing
me
and
of
kaboom. So
reminds me of last time I ate Buffalo Wild Wings.
yes, you had Taco Bell last night. How's that going for you today?
Taco Bell never affects me. Me and Taco Bell go way back.
Oh, you're very
Buffalo Wild
lucky.
Wings, can't do
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I have that problem with Popeyes. The food is delicious. Unfortunately, I can't leave home after I've had Popeyes, so we tend to avoid Popeyes. But, yes. So
When you put that sauce in the shrimp scampi the other night, that was like the Buffalo Wild Wings I got, right? Dude, my stomach was like fucking for hours.
yes, yeah. Didn't you come begging for some Pepto at my door? Like,
Yes, I did. I had to go. I had to go talk to Cam. I had to go on a whole adventure around the house for Pepto Bismol.
and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
that's the one thing I don't have a supply of. I have everything else, but I don't have that. Yes.
No,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to me too, Connor. I just didn't say anything. So we're in solidarity.
Much.
Yeah, don't buy Buffalo Wild Wings brand stuff anymore. We'll just the whole bathroom will be destroyed.
R.I.P. the plumbing. We our pipes cannot afford these sauces.
No, they cannot.
No, they cannot. So let's see. Well, do we feel like we've covered this well?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Do you want to move on?
let us move on.
Well, no. I was just making fun. We were having a fun moment. I was just making.
No. We're
This is
good.
a conversational podcast. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, well, we're moving today. We're already at segment 3, and we're only a half hour in. So we usually we're spilling over, and today we've got a half hour to fill. But the third segment, we last week had said we wanted to do a little bit of sports to engage a more of a bro audience that maybe isn't into gaming as much. We're trying to expand our horizons. So I put in a bunch of football stuff. But I don't know what you guys necessarily want to talk about unless you wanted to hear me bitch about football for a minute.
I love football. Then I'm down to hear your story.
Yeah, well, so I haven't
Good.
I definitely have not super gotten into football the last couple years. When I was in grad school, I was barely conscious, much less conscious of football and everything. So I actually started to kind of get into it a little bit. We're on week 4 this week. I was looking at some standings and some stats, and there have been some interesting collapses. The Giants have not won anything this year so far, which is pretty bad going into week 4 with no wins. Same with the Saints in New Orleans. They are 0-3 which is NFC, which is quite sad. AFC is no better, although it's kind of the usual suspects. The Jets, the Dolphins, the Titans, and the Texans also haven't won anything. But those programs are kind of all rather sad anyway. I was surprised that the Saints were having such a hard time. People are mad at the Patriots because they lost their Monday night game this week, which I thought was very entertaining.
Who did they play against, Cam?
What?
Who did they play against?
Give me one moment and I'll tell you. They
And
played
there's like a video
against
autoplay somewhere.
the
Sorry.
Steelers, and they lost by a touchdown and a goal and a kicker. The kick goal.
Oh.
It was 21-14. They lost to the Steelers, and because I actually pay attention to it on Twitter now. There were people being like, "Coach needs to be fired. Pat suck. Blah blah blah." So yeah, so I mean, it is pretty sad to lose to the Steelers for anybody, but when you're the Patriots, that's an extra sting for sure. So,
Hey, Matt's J Patriots fans, you suck.
yeah.
And now that your golden boy is gone, you just trying to find every problem.
Love the Steelers. My Broncos in Denver lost to the San Diego Chargers, which was quite sad. And my Sea Chickens in Seattle won over the Saints 44-13. That's how bad the Saints are doing this year. So yeah, even and you know what? Shout out to Detroit. Y'all won this week, so go you. 38-30 over the Ravens, which was lovely. I think it was the 49ers quarterback tore his ACL, ended his season, so that is kind of sucky. The Eagles aren't a complete disaster this year. They're doing okay, which was kind of surprising. I kind of became an adopted Eagles fan when I moved to Delaware, and I have my Eagles Little Caesars cups that sit in the cabinet that I drink from time to time, and the Eagles are doing okay, and it's kind of hard to be an Eagles fan. So, yeah. So otherwise, just
Somebody
kind
in
of interesting
Philadelphia
season.
is screaming right now.
Yeah, right, yeah. So otherwise, just kind of interesting season developing. I was very surprised at how many teams don't have a win on the board, even though we're at we're going into week 4 sort of thing. I was right before this show, I was listening to Kathleen Madigan's podcast. Speaking of our golden boy, Tom Brady, he right now owns part of the Raiders, is coaching on the field, and is also commentating, and actually has like a little conflict of interest issue over his Raiders ownership and his access to players at other games for pre-interviews for television. And it's just like, he's just doing the most, and I'm not quite sure why. Like, do you need to be coaching and owning? Just own. This is the time of your life where you sit in the box in a nice suit and wave when the Jumbotron turns at you. No need to be on the field with a headset on trying to tell men 20 years younger than you how to run up and down the grass. But anyway.
Well, he heard that Jocko Willink motivational speech, and his wife was like, "I want a divorce," and he was like, "Good, they'll only hold me back."
Indeed.
Good.
You gotta watch out for the Pilates trainer. It'll get you every time.
Broken
As
feet,
much as a
good.
woman never wants to hire a hot nanny for their children, men should watch out for yoga and Pilates teachers. They will steal your wife.
Cleats fell off, good.
Yes.
Pigskin exploded, good.
Yes. Exactly.
5 sacks today, new record.
Yeah, so that's kind of the football report. Interesting season shaping up. I was amazed there's kind of no breakout team right now. No one's doing really like the year the Panthers won the Super Bowl the last time. They had almost a perfect season. I think they were like 15-1.
Yeah. I know that's a tragic year in our history. I know.
Indeed.
Oh, that was tragic. Me and Trey were like on cloud 9. We were like, "Oh my god, this is it, undefeated." They're gonna go undefeated, and then they get destroyed by a fucking bullshit turnover. They just let it, and then they just ran the ball. They're just like, "Oh well, let's just give it to them as a present." They might as well have gift wrapped it and given Cam Newton's address and phone number on it.
Right. That's actually kind of what happened to the Pats this weekend. They had 4 turnovers. Like, couldn't hang on to the ball to save their life. But yeah, so anyways, but there's really no I was looking for kind of like what's the breakout story, because there's always a narrative. And no one's really having a breakout story as of yet. Everyone's kind of 1-2, 3-1. Everyone's kind of middling along. There's not really anything kind of breaking out. So I'm gonna try to catch a game this weekend. I haven't watched football in a couple years, so I'm gonna try to catch a game this weekend, and then we'll talk about how week 4 went next week. But yeah, anyway, that's the football report from my ass. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Madden.
Yes, yes, football,
You take the ball,
football.
and then he fingers the ball, and then he grabs the ball, and then he runs with the ball. He takes 3 steps, and he passes the ball to his friend, and then he takes number 24, takes the ball, and he runs forward, and then he gets smacked. We have a turnover. The ball is on the ground. He runs to the ball. He
Exactly.
breathes on the ball, fingers the ball again, fingers,
Yeah, no, I think yeah.
fumbles, eats shit, dies.
Yeah, I think was it you, Will? Were you the one that wanted to play one of the Madden games?
Oh yes, because they're
Oh yeah,
hilarious. Because
they
they're
are
like I don't
hilarious.
know if I don't remember if it's the one that I got. I think I got 2021. One of like some of them have been Spike Lee has done the stories for them, and they're
Oh
so
God.
just like it's like black exploitation films on like it's absolutely yeah. Spike Lee made this yeah. And it's just it's completely ridiculous. The stories are and you can create your custom character. Like we had one it was kind of the progenitor for a lot of my early internet days was Tyrone Withersneeze, and he was 6'9", but he had a 6'1", or no, he was 6'1" and had a 6'9" wingspan, and um, he looked kind of like Osama bin Laden a little bit. And it's funny because the man looks like he's 50 years old, and you go through this cutscene. This is actually an NBA 2K, a Spike Lee joint, and it's like you're a homeless man sitting with this nice, beautiful family accepting your college letter, and it's completely ridiculous. I love the absurdity. You can make your character like blue. You can make him look like an alien if you want, and he's just oh yeah, I got accepted to Carolina, woohoo! And they're like you take pictures with the family and shit. You don't look like their son. You're like some dude they like let move in their house. He's completely deranged looking, and his face is all like his eyes are like as spread out as far as they can go. The mouth and like eyebrow distance is like to the max. It's insane. So I'm hoping I will have a similar experience in Madden. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, they're
I
very
very
fun.
rarely do something silly like that, so it's
I
yeah.
love that.
Anyway, every
Yeah,
once in
so
a while I
gonna
come
be
out on this
funny.
show. Yeah.
And yeah, so that'll be that. I did pick up some PS4 games that we gotta check out and record some footage on.
Oh yes, yes, yes. And Connor has brought a whole bunch of new vintage games for the past. He's going to stream here soon.
Oh yes,
Yes.
check out our
So
Instagram because I posted part 1 of Connor's stash. So
yes.
there's lots of cool stuff that he pulled out like of the crypt, some relics.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He's traveled long and far over hill and dale. He had to talk to multiple NPCs, collect several meaningless objects to return to villagers in order to secure this stash. So,
You need 7 squint feathers for the village maiden.
but that's not hard. That's not hard for a rogue like Connor. He just stole them from another player. So,
Connor's a little raccoon. Connor's a raccoon. Even in Fortnite.
that's yes.
What all your points are in construction.
That was fun.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's what makes us a great team. So
Well, I have for dessert. What are we at for time here?
we're so early.
Are
Literally,
we
we're at 40
really?
minutes. Like we're so
Wow.
early. We're at
Yeah.
literally we're short. Really,
Oh well,
honestly.
we'll save the dessert for a little bit later.
Yeah. No, no,
Um,
we're actually really quite unusually. This is the first time this has ever happened in this year of the show. We got done with everything we want to talk about early. So yeah. So no, we're just kind of
well,
talking.
I got something. I got something for the bros. Can we do a feature for a new tool that I have obtained?
Oh yes, yes. What's the new
Yes,
tool you've gotten?
this will fit in. This will fit in pretty well. Yes,
Besides that one knife that you keep trying to clean the foam insulation off of.
I gotta get some glue on, man. So I bought this from
Yes.
Temu. It is not. It's an off-brand thing, as you know. Everything made in China that comes over here gets like a DeWalt or a Milwaukee brand label slapped on it, and then you're gonna pay, $300 more for it. But this is Professional Electric Tools electric hammer drill. Here is the little thing. It is an impact drill, and I want you guys to guess how much you think this cost. It is
Thing is sick.
this big,
Yeah.
and it has rotating handle. It's got other modes and shit. How much do you think this would go for at like Home Depot or something?
I mean, at regular retail, you're looking probably at 129, maybe even 139.
You already
For
told me, so I could just set Cam instead on.
so for DeWalt brand, actually, this size for DeWalt brand is $219.
Mm.
I got this on Temu for $67.
Yep.
And it is very sturdy, very heavy, 110-volt input, 60 hertz with 1100 watts. So anything you're trying to do, this will do it. I think. I hope so.
That's very cool. No, I was thinking you probably paid around 60 or 70 for it off of Temu. So, yeah, actually, one of the things I'm looking forward to doing, I can't afford to do it now because we're in a little bit of a crisis, but when money fixes itself, I have found a handmade, so see, now we're going to take the tool and we're going to make this very gay. I found a lady who does handmade leatherwork handbags for Hermes, and she sells her own work independently. When I get money figured out, I'm going to contact her and I'm going to get myself a nice new handbag.
Excellent.
Handmade to my exact specifications in the color and leather that I want, which is quite exciting.
Is
Um,
it nice to find an artisan leather crafter?
yes, yeah, no, she's Chinese. She's very lovely. She's very quiet, and I love the way she responds on WhatsApp because she doesn't capitalize letters or anything. So she's just very like the very sort of mood.
You want
But she's-
leather? You want leather, please?
yeah.
What kind you want?
Yeah, that's basically was the conversation. I'm trying to price these bags, sort of thing. But no, the
Fuck
great
you.
thing, the great thing about tools like that is oftentimes, especially now, the factory that makes other big brands, that's just like their house brand. But like it's just as good for a much less price because you're not paying for the DeWalt, Ryobi, Milwaukee, whatever, Husky, whatever name sort of thing. So yeah, no, it's good. That's good.
It's kind of sad that everything is like that though nowadays. It's like you might as well just order it right from China because you're gonna pay through the nose for it. It's coming there anyway. It's coming from there anyway.
Yeah, well, and especially with the latest, the whole tariff thing and whatnot, that's definitely become quite obvious. China has a new 2-week shopping visa. If I had a few grand, I would go get on a Chinese shopping visa, and you can go on shopping tours to factories and buy things, which is a lot of fun. So, maybe one of these years we'll do that. We'll do a little swing through Asia. Connor, speaking of tools, you've been tool acquiring this week because you're
Yeah.
going to become a handy Connor. What did you purchase?
Too much, but I'll show off my favorite thing I got. I was pretty happy with this.
Oh,
For
yes,
reference.
what an excellent idea. Segment
This-
4, tool show off. Yes. That's the knife that still has the goo on it. Yes.
But very good knife. It is a Milwaukee knife. It's $20. Check it out. Worth it. Double-sided full tang.
No, it's good.
This is the first steel hammer I got in a long time, but I haven't been tool shopping in so long that I think this is pretty fucking awesome that you have a magnetic nail setter. Now, I did not even know this was a thing. So, I'm sure that the handy people out there will know, but for those who don't, to stop from smashing your fingers when you're setting the nail, you just stick it right in there, and it holds it. And you can go, whack, and it's good to go.
And your fingers are safe.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
For all
Yes,
the things
yes.
that you might use your fingers for. Keep them safe.
Yes, absolutely. No, yes. So there's been a lot of the tool stores have been getting all the money here this week. Is the moral of the story. The local Harbor Freight is doing very well this week off us alone.
Because I got the job that I don't remember if I said on the show, but I do have a job now. And I work maintenance on a farm, so I have a reason now to get some stuff again.
Yes, absolutely. And so no, it's very very good. And no, I would there's lots of toolboxes and things have come out this week as everyone's gotten organized. So that was quite fun. You also ordered some new stand fans from Temu, and they don't shut off correctly. Like,
Yeah, I don't
we
know
don't
what
know
is
what
up with
22 means on this one fan.
It's got the fans have like weird codes for like what mode it's in. And no matter if you turn like the power off, it still keeps like the display on. It just stops moving the fan, but it never actually turns off. It's strange. It's
Yeah,
Chinese
that's
magic.
I noticed that when I was trying to turn the one off downstairs last night. And thankfully you said to double click the button, or I would have just been sitting there for 10 minutes going, click. Click.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's right. But yeah, not really intuitive, and the English to Chinese translations are not very great in the manual. So if you see 22 fan stand still, I'm like, what?
yeah.
Excuse me? You see?
Yes. No, that is quite so. I don't have not been shopping at all recently or anything like that, but the one indulgence I did do, the only thing I have to show off this week, is I did order from New York City this lovely queer magazine called Auto Straddle. It is put together by two. Well, no, it gets worse.
I just know
So
just the name. Okay.
yes. No, well, the cover is Queer Fight Clubs. This is done by two black lesbians. This is, I don't even get it, let it near Connor or Will because it's too gay. And there's, they might explode or something, and we don't want that to happen. That'd be bad for the show.
This isn't
Um,
just gay. This is advanced gay.
yeah, kind of. Um, and so, but it was talking about the queer fight clubs with trans people and all this sort of thing, and the whole kind of underground New York City queer fight scene, which is always very fascinating, sort of thing. It's like forget ballroom and makeup, let's just beat the hell out of each other, sort of thing, and lots of other queer stuff. But you can order on TikTok. The shop is where I got it from. Um, and I was very much beguiled by the ads they were running for the magazine, and so I picked up a copy, and it's on super nice paper. If I still owned a coffee table, I would put it on the coffee table. I'm coffee table free these days, so it just sits on my desk. But it's been lovely and fun to read. Really great journalism and cataloging of queer culture in New York City. So it's, yeah. So I've taken our very masculine tool segment and made it very gay, but that's kind of my
No.
job, so I won't feel bad about it. Um,
all things are in balance. All things are in harmony.
Yes, exactly. The three elements of the Living Joke podcast once again are in harmony. Um, so that's what happens when we start the show with Tugboat. He harmonizes our elements.
That's true.
He twitters our Facebooks and Instagrams and Instagrams our TikToks. But yeah, so well, we're 10 minutes to the hour, so why don't we do the green tech story? We
Okay.
successfully filled 10 minutes.
That's
So
beautiful.
let's do the green tech story, and then we'll be at an hour.
Okay, so for the uninitiated, a green text story, it's something that originated off of 4chan, and it's a way that you would type in the letters to code, and it would code it a certain color. And thus the term green text with the less than symbol. So
Which showed up a very particular way on the background of 4chan at the time.
it would go to like a light greenish, yellowish color.
Right.
And that was code for and they're short form, short sentence, like quick topic stories.
Yeah.
This one is about trying to get into fitness. All right. Be fat. Go to /fit and find a solution. Main problem is I eat like a dumpster. Apparently, things with lots of fiber is going to save my filthy soul. Fiber is digested, in quotes, fiber is digested slowly, leaving you feeling full longer and helps with digestion, unquote. Go out and buy 2 boxes of fiber-heavy breakfast bars. The first day I have fiber bars for breakfast, lunch, and a lot of snacks. I don't shit that day.
Oh no.
Next day,
Oh no.
I fiber myself up even more.
Oh no.
I don't shit that day either.
Oh no.
Fiber Jesus is surely working his magic in my colon. Can feel the pounds dropping off because I'm not very hungry anymore. I don't shit the 3rd day. I don't shit the 4th day. The final day dawns. MP3. I have my morning coffee and I feel my insides rumble in that familiar way. The second I hit the toilet, the weirdest fart in the world exits me. It's whistling. Just a thin, continuous airstream of fart that smells like Grandpapa's coffin. No sound other than the whistling hiss suddenly stops. The hole is plugged. SOS. This shit is so solid. It feels like I'm giving anal birth to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Hang on to the shower curtain and pray. The Rock is shot out. The Rock is shot out of my asshole at Mach speed. My entire ass is covered in toilet water. Now the fun begins. A fart that could do more damage to the ozone layer than aerosol ever did is shooting shit bullets out of me. Solid and perfectly round nuggets. The smell is killing me. Blacking out. The thuds of nuggets shooting around the bowl, propelled by my insane fiber flatulence, is giving me war flashbacks. I wasn't even in Nam, JPEG. My guts are yelling in German. Sounds like a moose in heat lives in my belly. Most of the shit isn't even digested at this point. Just forced out by all the gas that had been building up to my throat. After an hour, it finally seems to be over. I'm shivering and crying. Both my legs collapse as I try to stand up. My stomach hitting the bathroom tiles forces one last trumpet. Gondor calls for aid. Shakily wipe my ass. That's the end of the story.
Oh.
Yay! You guys did pretty good. I did pretty good. I almost lost it a couple times.
Oh wow.
Yes, that matches well with where we started with the Buffalo Wild Wing sauce, and we've just brought the show full circle. Full circle. Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yes.
It was a
The
terrible
worst
night.
one, I've traveled so extensively. The worst one is when you eat food you're not familiar with and your body's like, hell no, .jpg. And inevitably you're having that scene, but in some truck stop on some interstate in somewhere, or in some airport in some country where no one speaks English. Yeah. And
Literally has
yeah.
been me.
Yeah. Me and this one French restaurant did not agree, and I was trapped in a booth at Versailles for several minutes while my stomach decided if we were going to cooperate that day or not. So it was.
You had to escargot.
No, I didn't. No, because I don't do snap. That's a little too exotic for me. It was just. I think my stomach is a little bit weird. If ingredients are old or have been out too long, it's not necessarily so good. And I think it was just something I just, as we call it in our family, dietary indiscretion. Yeah, just shouldn't have eat that thing. But when you're traveling, sometimes you don't know, or you just grab something because it's there, because it's convenient, or whatever have you. And so yeah, sometimes everything is a risk,
Fish and chips. Ugh.
Yeah, truck stop hot dogs are hit or miss. I recommend Flying J. Those are good, but not Loves. Not Loves. If you're traveling in the U.S., yes, Flying J, not Loves.
What do we love in upstate New York, Connor? At Stu's?
At Stu's.
Yeah, what's the best thing? Stu's burger, probably.
You like the Stu's burger?
Oh, I love the stew burger, dude.
Oh yeah. I
don't know. There's something about it.
They're more recent, but I like they do spicy chicken waffle sandwiches.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Upstate New York is the only place with a Stewart's, so.
Yes, it is.
So if you're not in upstate New York, guess you're missing out.
I always love a 7-Eleven hot dog. Growing up, it was the only one my mom would eat because they're all beef. She's not into the Franken dog. So there was a couple months in college I literally lived on 7-Eleven hot dogs. I could get a bottle of Coke, a bag of chips, and a 7-Eleven hot dog for I think it was $5.45. This was almost 20 years ago. Calm down. And I literally for a couple months I would eat those 2 times, 3 times a day because that's all I could afford. I had $20 to get through several days at times, and so I just kind of lived off of that for a while. That was being broke is fun. No, it's not.
Yeah, we like boxes and boxes of Kraft mac and cheese.
Yes. Yes,
And
yes,
hot
yes.
dogs, chop them up, and now you got their protein and everything.
Yep. Yep, that's definitely a good one. Definitely a good
Oh, I
one.
gotta say, okay, but what was it? Macaroni and hot dogs, classic combo, right? Don't put it on a
Yeah.
pizza, CC's.
Ugh.
Don't put it on a
No.
pizza.
Who's doing
Oh
It's
that?
no.
that's somebody did. Somebody did hot dog, macaroni, and cheese pizza. I'm like, that is just vomit inducing. I'm sorry.
No. Though
I've
neither of
had
those things should.
the pure macaroni and cheese pizza, and that was alright, but oh god, don't put hot dogs on it. Ugh.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole pasta on pizza angle of that. That's a little bit
Uh,
uncomfortable.
I
imagine
love
So,
like imagine like it's like Olive Garden, and instead of like shrimp Alfredo with garlic bread on the side sticks, you have a whole garlic bread pizza crust. But the
yeah,
problem is you don't eat it like that.
no.
You want to pick it up and eat it, but then it's like you're covered in linguine.
Well, no, that's when you break out the knife and fork. I remember when
I
I
am
worked.
not eating my pizza with a knife and fork, but yes, that's the
No,
issue.
it's so funny. So one of the speaking of regional differences, when I worked at this place called New Culture Magazine, and the guy who owned it was from New York City, the actual city. And in the South, it's a totally acceptable to eat pizza with a knife and fork. We do all the time. Plate, knife and fork into pieces, all this stuff. So I grew up eating pizza that way. So I sit down to eat pizza with him the first time, and I get out my knife and fork and start cutting away. I almost killed him. Right there. He almost collapsed on the
What are
floor.
you doing?
Yeah, he's just like, what are you doing? I'm kind of like, enjoying this pizza. What's your problem? Like, and I've known several people in Colorado who do it. Most of my family does it. It did not seem unusual to me at all, sort of thing. And he was just absolutely incredulous. And that's how I learned how to
What
fold a pizza slice properly.
What do you guys think of people that cut their spaghetti instead of twirling?
Oh.
They should be banned from eating pasta for life. Barilla
That
should
would
cut
be
them off.
disturbing.
Yes,
I'm not
they
even
should.
from Italy. It's
Yes, they
awful
should be
to see
stopped
that
at grocery
happen.
stores and their pasta taken away. No,
Or the
no,
people,
no,
have
no.
you seen the ones where the people have the fork with the scissor in it? So you can clip
Yes.
the spaghetti roll after you twirl it?
Oh no,
You can also get an automatic spaghetti twirling fork.
that's interesting.
I mean,
Is there no does our species have no shame?
Should
Just
do like a joke video and attach a fork to my speaking of tools, also my high speed drill bits, and just shove that shit into some pasta.
better
what?
plastic up the kitchen before we do that.
Right. Otherwise,
Outside, maybe.
we'll be scrubbing pasta sauce off the walls for years.
It's
Yes.
in King of the Hill when Bobby he's like what how do you cook a steak, Dad? And he's like, you cook it perfect medium rare, Bobby. And he's like, what do you do if somebody wants their steak well done? He's like, we politely ask them to leave.
I always love that joke because my mom loves everything well done. And it took me a great many years to kind of get out of that habit. Um,
Wings with
and
a knife and fork.
I was gonna say, someone just commented on Twitch how people eat wings with a knife and fork. Also terrible. I'll just put also terrible. That you're not invited to cook out. Black people should not talk to you. You should have to wear a sign so black people will avoid you. Like,
I see. You want to know the weirdest way I saw somebody eat wings one time? As a girl I used to work with, and she'd get the plate of wings, and then she would by hand pick all the meat off of the bones and like eat them with like her fingers. Like she'd pick the chicken up and eat them with her fingers. Yeah.
Oof.
it comes with its own transportation device built in. Like,
She has it's something she's like I can't do like the chicken bone thing. So I don't know, something about having the chicken bone in her mouth bothers her. So she picks all the meat off. I'm like that is so wild.
no. No, I mean, that's even a bridge too far for me. No, I very rarely eat wings, but when I do, I definitely in the mouth the whole thing. I do this thing where you put it in the mouth, suck it all off, and take out the raw bone. That's how I go. So, I don't eat wings that
That's
often.
gangster.
It's not my thing, but yeah, it's
How do you guys feel about pineapple on pizza?
I
absolutely
like
not.
pineapple on pizza.
I do
Yeah.
too.
with the ham.
I've lost 10
Great.
points of respect for both of you.
No, I
Pineapple
don't do
does
it
not
with the
belong
ham.
on pizza under any circumstances.
I do it with I do it with bacon, pineapple and bacon. It's delicious.
Mm.
That's the second worst thing Canada sent us since Justin Bieber. They're responsible for 2 terrible scourges on the world: Justin Bieber and pineapple on pizza. No, absolutely. I
And
was at a when I used to do sideshow. I was standing in this bar in Denver called the King's Lair, very famous bar. The Beatles played there years ago, and we were eating. Someone had ordered pizzas. And we were eating it in the green room backstage, and a buddy of mine, Woody, he has a degree in botany, and and someone had brought pineapple on pizza, and I forget what the technical botanical term is, but he's like, this botanical term here does not belong on pizza. And it was the funniest thing ever because he was anti-pineapple on pizza.
let's see, it was like a. Let me see. What's the scientific name for pineapple?
Yeah, it's a type of plant. What type of plant is pineapple?
And Ananas cosmosis.
Yes. Oh, the bromeliad. That's what the word he said. I just found it. The
tile.
bromeliads do not belong on pizza. That's
The tile-bearing bromeliad.
yes, bromeliads do not belong on pizza. Yes, no, I'm very much against pineapple on pizza, and negative 10
Any
points
other-
to your houses for pineapple on pizza.
Anybody else have food pet peeves? Connor, do you have a pet peeve for food?
Oh, when people dump their ketchup onto their french fries instead of dipping the french fry into it.
Oh, well, I guess you don't like me anymore. Sometimes
We
I'll
won't
do
be
that.
back next week, everyone. We finally hit an impasse. It's ketchup on French fries.
That's what broke the podcast.
That's what broke the show.
Will has been voted off the island.
That's
Well, I would get voted off for my burnt tar coffee.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
That
goodness.
is incredibly gross. I don't know. I don't.
Yes,
know how
no.
you do that.
Connor drinks coffee like he's licking the bottom of the Exxon Valdez. Yes, the older, the nastier, the better. It's a terrible.
I came downstairs and he poured cold coffee from yesterday into his cup, and I said,
Or maybe 2 days even.
that, or maybe even 2 days. I'm like, I live with a godless human being. No, I'm just kidding.
What's this?
Oh,
Yes. No. I don't really have many food pet peeves. I'm not a big sauce. Well, so again, regional differences. The longer I've lived on the East Coast, the more I've discovered we don't eat food the same from West Coast to East Coast. You guys love a sauce. I ran into this problem with my ex-girlfriend. She has to have a sauce for everything. That is definitely was not necessarily how I lived for a lot of reasons. When I did powerlifting, I was very careful with my calories and macros, and sauces were empty calories. But on most people on the West Coast are not that passionate. I've been to restaurants that even put it in the bag and you don't miss it sort of thing. But when I moved to the East Coast, I've discovered sauces are very, very, very important, which I still find very strange. No, I'm very open to how people eat food. However, there's some things in particular. Burgers are getting too tall. If that makes any sense.
Is this the bun patty ratio thing?
Yes, burgers should be wider this way, horizontally, not vertically. The mouth only opens so far, but I can move it around. It's like we've already solved this problem with the sub sandwich. We took a lot of ingredients and we spread it out lengthwise. You can eat linearly. Burgers keep getting taller and they need to get wider. That one I agree with. That's a better burger construction.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
I'm sure not. No, it's not an original thought at all.
No. But I've heard this argument before, and I've always been like, I just don't care. I don't know. It just the thought never crossed my mind about it. But I do agree that probably having a wider burger with spread out toppings makes for more what's the word, savory eating.
Yes. Also, bread to ingredient sandwich ratios are very important. Nothing worse than a sandwich where the bread to ingredient ratio is off.
Subway.
Subway is very guilty of, yes, Subway is very guilty. Some people complain about, there's this restaurant we have in the West, I don't think they're here, called Jimmy John's.
I
And
love Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's is amazing. I
Huh?
love Jimmy John's, ate it all the time when I lived in the West. And some people complain about their bread to ingredient ratio, but I don't mind it because their bread is so high quality. We have a viewer, says the new fad I see is so many people dip French fries in mayo. That's new to the Americas. It's OG in Europe. It comes from Belgium. The French put mayonnaise on everything. They also put eggs on everything. I was eating at this pizza restaurant on the Champs-Elysees in Paris, and he brought me a pepperoni pizza with an egg baked in the middle, and I died of laughter in the middle of a busy restaurant. But yes, the French fries and mayo thing is very European. In Britain, in France, in Belgium, mayo will be served with frites, Belgian frites.
We would,
Frites la pomme in French.
Yes,
That's a very
Frites La
European.
Pomme.
Yes, that's a very continental European thing. It has now come to America, and I know it's taken hold because I used to ask for mayonnaise in restaurants for my fries, and people would wonder what the hell I was going to do with it, and now they just bring it. So I think
You're
it
gonna
has
suck it out
finally
like a
reached our
shot.
shores. Yeah.
These
Suck
guys
it out like
know
a Jello shot.
Mm.
how I feel about mayonnaise.
Yeah, he's not a mayo fan.
Connor's
No.
anti-mayo. But
I
pro
don't mind
mustard.
mayo. Yes, pro mustard. You're a pro
Yeah,
mustard.
Mustard's
asshole.
great.
The palm frites, we would have those. There's a restaurant I love to go to, but like multiple places that I've gone, they serve it, truffle fries, the frites tossed in truffle oil with garlic aioli dipping sauce on the side. Oh, delicious.
That sounds great.
There was a
COVID
grocery
killed
store.
them. They didn't
Yeah.
survive.
There was a grocery store in the Seattle area called Metropolitan Market, and they had little micro restaurants inside the store, and there was one that sold pasta to go, which was absolutely fantastic. And they also would sell a cone of frites to go as well, and they were topped with truffle sauce, and they were I only had them a couple times because I was usually stopping for lunch and wanted the pasta because something more substantive. But the couple times I did have them, they were quite good. I took a girl on a date to the grocery store one time, and she was quite surprised that
She
I'm
was
like,
appalled.
yeah. That's probably
was
a better
pissed.
way of putting it. Yeah.
Well, you tried to do like a nice romantic like thing because it's very, you told me the whole setup. It was like sounded so romantic, but she was like,
I
Not
can't believe
into it.
he
Yeah.
this fucking grocery store.
It's like there's food, there's wine, like all, yeah, but no, she was not into it. So that ended my trying to get laid in a grocery store. But yeah, it's well, gentlemen, we've done it. We're 10 minutes past the hour. So we've successfully yes, and we had a lot of fun in the back half of the last half hour. We didn't know what we were going to talk about. We went all sorts of places. So that's wonderful, though. I like this. I love that for us.
Yeah, I'm glad we're moving in a little bit of a more open conversational direction.
Good. Well, thank you, DLSF, for stopping by and watching, and thank everyone else for watching. My name is Cameron. That's Connor. That's Will. And this is The Living Joke. We air every Wednesday at 4 p.m. If you want to keep up with us, thelivingjoke.substack.com, and you can find us on Instagram at TikTok, TLJ_joke, and we will see you next week. Have a great week, y'all. Bye-bye.
take care.